welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Neil Snellingham, joined by Michael Cambo-Gamble.
You said last week, if we name the episode Spotify Corn,
Yeah.
what will happen? And lo and behold, it was the biggest episode of all time, Nelson.
We've got
Millions of downloads.
Turns out corn sells.
Yeah, who would have known?
Yeah. I don't know what I was going to say. That's it. Cambo, I went to a concert last night, and it was...
Can I ask?
Yeah.
I have an assumption about this concert because I only know one thing about it.
Oh, yeah.
Is that you messaged me, said, I'm at a concert, I'll be out by 9.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, this doesn't seem like a rock concert.
No. It was definitely more of a gig than a concert, perhaps. I misled with concert.
Because I was terrified the last concert I went to.
Yeah.
I was so heartbroken when I found out the band that I went to see came out at 9:15.
Oh, no.
On a Sunday. Oh, my
yeah,
God.
that's crazy.
Sorry,
no, it actually did end up going closer to 10 anyway. So
Are you okay?
yeah, I'm very tired today. No, so it was a quartet of classical guitarists. So there was a lot of old people in the room, let me tell you. In fact, the main reason why I went is because my dad is getting guitar lessons. After he's retired, he's like, wants something to do. He used to play guitar but hadn't played for a long time. So he got a teacher. She's very good. Anyway, so she was in this quartet.
Does he want to join Cambo and the Fuckheads?
Yeah, I'll ask him.
Yeah,
I'll
thanks,
ask him. Yeah. He does mainly classical guitar stuff, though. So if you could kind of pivot to instead of your punk rock or whatever it is to more classical music, I think he'd really vibe with that. But here's the problem that I had. It just seemed like such an old person thing to happen at a gig. There was a guy behind me that as they're like finishing a song, he'd be like, beautiful. Yes, beautiful. Yes. And here's what happened one time. At the end of a song, they did a little like trill on the guitar, just like diddling at the end. And he goes, oh, yes. Yes, very good.
This reminds me so
clever.
much.
He laughed for so long. I was like, it was like somebody told the punchline to a joke.
This reminds me so much of you and I both used to work at the cinema. And here's a fun fact. Maybe this is just Australian cinemas. I suspect it is not. The real money maker for old people at cinemas is playing a concert by Andre Rieu.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
They would sell out.
Yeah.
And because that was satellite things, I was a technical manager at the time. I had to set up the satellite, so it means I would need to watch parts of it to make sure the signal's clear and there's no problems and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man, what you're talking about is so common. And the thing I found really interesting is like what would impress people is he'd be like, oh, I am welcome our guitarist. He is from Spain. Everyone goes, ooh, and starts clapping.
Yeah.
Because they're from Spain. That was the thing. That was the interesting thing about them. And similar thing is like there'd be a flow and it would cut to people in the crowd and you could see them talking to each other and be like, that was something.
Yeah. It's so funny. I wonder if it is a personality thing or an age thing. Like, will I get to a certain age where I'm like, I've got to comment to the people around me who I don't know that what was just played was like, oh, that was beautiful. And, because even if you're taken away with the music, right? And you're like, wow, like genuinely, I feel like that was really beautiful and amazing. I feel like I still have the self-awareness to be like, well, I'm not going to ruin it for anybody else by just commenting out loud. Yeah. Like and I will say, like, he would say this towards the end of the song. Like, you can tell that they're getting to the end.
Yes.
But they weren't done yet. Like I still feel like there's kind of a breath after, especially for classical music, right? Yeah. Where like you kind of take a breath after it's finished. You let the note linger. And to be like, oh, that's not, it's like complete. But he didn't even get to that point before he's like said something and start clapping. And the other funny thing is, so obviously classical music often has movements. Yeah. And what a noob crowd will do is what I like to call them, is they will applaud between movements. because there's a bit of a gap and you're like,
Oh dear.
you noobs. But this guy, you would think that he would know about movements.
I would think, based on what I know about him.
He did not. And you know what happens? It only takes one person, even if others know that there's movement, it only takes one person to start clapping before you're like, well, now we've all got to
go get a little something
going. So, anyway, that was my experience, and I hate old people, I think is what I'm saying.
I think the closest I came to being that guy, the last concert I went to, we went and saw a band called Pup. And they have a song I really like called Scorpion Hill. This is a punk band.
Yeah.
And I'd said previous time, I want to play Scorpion Hill. It's like a similar classical music. It's a little longer.
Yeah.
About 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Only one movement.
Yeah.
Actually, arguably two.
Okay.
There's a dip in the middle.
Yeah.
And
just a dip in the middle.
I was like,
that's a second
it slows right
movement.
down.
Yeah.
And a noob would clap.
Yeah.
And after that finished, I think I said to Stacey, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So in a way, I'm that guy.
You're that. Yeah. No, let me tell you, it's different between classical music and punk music.
Also, it was so loud in there, I'm confident she didn't hear me say it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was definitely the environment as well. I'm not saying I don't want to judge this person for enjoying the music as he did. I wanted to judge him to be like, you don't need to and it was after every song.
After every song is a bit rich.
Come on,
if they had have played Scorpion Hill and he said hell yeah, you'd be like, I get it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the time in which you would do it. Anyway, I don't ever want to get old and be that man, is all I'm saying.
I hate to tell you, but you're heading that way. You're going to classical guitar concerts in your 30s.
Oh, no. That is bad. I was definitely the youngest by a mile. All these people could pass out at any moment. Anywho, Cambo, let's get into it. Keep in mind that I hate old people, by the way, before I get into this one. This was cross-posted to us by Just Judging Reddit, but it was originally by Mungted. Would you rather slap a grandma or a baby? This would be in public, and the grandma and baby are random passers-by. The grandma can be as elderly and awful as you want. For example, you can make her super bigoted. The catch is that she will die on the spot after you slap her. Oh my God. I actually didn't read this far into it. The baby is a regular baby. But they're not bigoted. No, that's annoying. But they'll be perfectly fine after the slap. You won't face any criminal repercussions for either situation, but it will be filmed.
Okay, well, then I guess I'm slapping the baby.
Are you slapping the baby? Yeah, I mean,
because if it's being filmed, I'd be like, just so everyone's clear of this circumstance, I have to do this.
Nah, you don't get that. Nah, people won't believe you.
Yeah, that's true.
If you do. Yeah, could you imagine you're watching a video of somebody that's like, hey, trust me, this is just a circumstance, the baby's going to be fine.
I had another option, and that would kill an old woman.
Yeah.
This is the lesser of two evils. I need you to believe me.
Yeah. That video would be cut down to just you slapping the baby.
So it's basically you can murder an old woman and get away with it. Or you can slap a baby that will be okay, but you will be publicly shamed.
Yeah.
Okay, I was curious.
I feel so weird about, I know the slapping grandma results in a death. But I feel so much worse. I would feel so much worse for some reason slapping a baby.
How bigoted would you need to make this grandma to
not
be
that much?
Because and I understand now. I was curious before you got to the end. I'm like, why would you want her to be? Because it said, you can make her as old as you want.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you want to make her super old? That makes me feel worse.
Yeah.
Clearly, because it's like, well, maybe they didn't have much life left.
Yeah. That's true. Grandmothers are all age, but if you're gonna kill one,
yes, yeah, you could be a grandma at 50.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to slap and kill that grandma. Got a lot of life left in them. The grandmas aren't.
Though, but being like the younger grandma you are, theoretically, the worse you've done at bringing up your children. If you're an 18-year-old grandma, that person.
Who would be the worst grandma to kill?
Betty White.
She's dead.
Would have been.
Yeah. There's an old woman, I don't know, she's probably not alive anymore, but they were interviewing her in the news, and she said to her, the secret to a long life is 3 cans of Dr. Pepper a day. She's drunk it for years and years and years.
That's awesome.
And the reporter said, so surely people have said that this is unhealthy. And she said, yeah, every doctor I've ever been to has told me that it will kill me. Yeah. But they're all dead.
Yeah. yeah.
And like, that woman's a fucking legend.
Yeah. She's awesome. But like, I mean, she killed those doctors. But
like, it'd be such a shame to slap her to death. You know what I mean? I like her spirit.
Yeah. You love her style. I feel like recently I rewatched Happy Gilmore. That grandmother, it's pretty good. I mean, she dies in that too. Yes. I keep mentioning grandmothers that are dead. Turns out I don't care for the living too much. Really, you only mean something to me after you're dead. So, really, is this an honor?
Wow. Yeah.
Think about that.
Oh, would you go into someone on their deathbed?
Oh, yeah.
And like they look like they're suffering.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to get pretty personal here and a little bit dark.
Yeah.
My nan recently passed.
Yes.
But it took ages.
Oh,
From the time they turned the machines off, it was like 5 days.
Yeah.
I would, if you had been like, hey, I need to slap a grandma to death, I would have been like, fill your boots.
Yeah. Hey, I need to slap a grandma.
Do us a favor, Nelson. We're all waiting, and we don't think it's probably very.
Here's the problem.
Nice.
In this scenario, you slap them, they die.
Yeah.
If somebody came in and it's like, hey, I need to slap your grandma to death, I imagine that would be long and painful. I can't imagine that being swift.
But in this scenario, they die on the spot.
In this scenario, it's fine.
Yeah. I'll be like, oh.
You need to clarify. So, like, are you going to slap them so much that they die?
You'll come in and you'll say, Canberra, I need to slap your grandma to death.
Yeah.
And I'll say, oh, are you in that situation?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, it's the situation. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be annoying if I then slapped her and then she didn't die? I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not in that situation. Sorry. And then I just left.
And I'm like, are you going to slap her to death? You're like, no, that'll be here for ages.
That seems really bad. Yeah, I don't think so.
Do I have to slap a baby? Where's the maternity wing?
I'll slap a few babies, see what happens. I think I know that they said the baby would be fine, but how about if they're like, you don't know if the baby will be fine?
Yeah.
Are you doing a grandma then? Like, okay, let's say definite no death to the baby, but you're not sure if they'll be fine. Maybe it's as much as like they've just got a bit of a sore neck. They grow up their whole lives, got a bit of a sore neck.
Yes,
I'm slapping the grandma a lot.
Yeah.
I think for like most of these scenarios.
It's the ethical choices for us to slap a grandma.
Yeah. I'll do it. Anywho, a lot of people have said the baby in the comments.
Well, it makes sense. You're not killing someone. I'm telling you, I'd go to the hospital, find the deathbed, slap that woman out of her discomfort.
Yeah. That needs to be on a t-shirt.
I've ever said?
I think that needs to be on a t-shirt.
No, don't write that down. No one write that down.
Slap this woman out of her discomfort.
Michael Campbell, 2025.
That's really funny. All right, Cameron, let's get into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit was by Neezy D. What is the most infamous thing that has occurred on Reddit that made the world news?
I mean, arguably, I would say it's the Wall Street bets. Shorting of GameStop, found out it was happening, skyrocketed that stock. Investors lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
That was all over the news.
And that one comes to mind for me too. In fact, I don't even know if I can think of another one that's not that.
World news, no. What I've discovered about most media outlets, especially ones like here in Australia, would be something like Mamma Mia or more kind of like youth-oriented, maybe with pop culture skewed.
Yeah.
Is I think those reporters just go on Reddit.
Yeah.
And go, you won't believe what people are saying about this.
Yeah.
And then they just have screenshots of comments on Reddit.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is not news. This is a Reddit thread, but worse.
I found one the other day that infuriated me because I'm not going to get into details, but there's a bit of drama in the Dota 2 world, the video game that I somewhat follow. And the article was like, oh, this person speaks about this. And I clicked on the article and it's a screenshot of their tweet. And they were like, these are the things I think. And then underneath the article text said, these are the things they thought. And just like, listen, I was like, this is, and that was it. That was the article.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this annoys me so much. And, I've asked, because I get these articles on my, just on my phone, like that come up to me through, I've got a Pixel and whatever it's like linked through. And I'm happy for the algorithm to know me and recommend me that stuff. But when I get articles like that, I'm like, I want to say, don't send me articles from that website again. But you can't do that because obviously they're probably paying to be like, hey, share our article with these people. And I even asked like Gemini, I was like, can I get rid of this? And they were like, no, you can just say not interested all the time. And theoretically, eventually, it will filter out that particular website. But I was like, but I don't want to say not interested because I am interested in Dota news. I don't want to say not interested, so then it's like, oh, well, don't send him Dota stuff anymore. Like, it would take a while for me to train the AI to be like, oh, don't send him stuff from it. Anyway, that was just a bit of an extra rant. But anyway, I thought we would go into the comments to see if perhaps we knew of some of these infamous events that occurred on Reddit. Did they make them to us? This one read on the crapper. I said a more recent one found a mandible in the travertine floor at my parents' house, and the mandible is from a hominin, likely Homo erectus. It made the news, and the floor tiles were eventually removed and sent for study.
I don't want to rain on Red on the Crappers parade.
Yeah.
That didn't make the world news.
It didn't make the world news.
It made probably your local news.
Yeah.
And a fun story from here.
Yeah, I don't think that one made it here.
Yep. This next one is interesting. This is from Polish Prince 76. Said Reddit used to have a jailbait sub.
Oh, God.
It was popular. CNN and Anderson Cooper did a story on it. Reddit no longer has a jailbait sub. And then in brackets, well, at least not one called jailbait. Which, by the way, send the cops to this guy's house.
Yeah, this guy knows. You want to
knows.
find those subreddits, this guy knows about them.
I would argue that is not necessarily world news, but CNN is a very big news network. If they're doing a story about it, I'm sure it traveled far.
It got that far. But I didn't necessarily hear about that. I mean, I knew. No, that's true. I did know that those subreddits existed and they were taken down. So, yeah, I think that counts. This one by Septic Man. I somehow got the lead police investigator for the John Bennett Ramsey case to do an AMA on the Unresolved Mysteries sub when he'd never spoken to any media before. I woke up the morning after, and it was on CNN, NBC, MSN, and the BBC. I had no idea what a big deal it was. Felt really bad for the guy. I think it got him in trouble. He was a very nice guy and didn't deserve the fallout. Wow. That's pretty rough. He's a cautionary tale, isn't he?
Yeah.
For police everywhere to be like, hey, don't share intimate details on Reddit about an investigation.
Wow. Yeah. This next one by Alt ADC said the one guy who rickrolled Rick Astley. Provided a link here, and this is so Rick Astley is quite active on Reddit, by the way.
Yeah.
Often just posts from his username, which is really Rick Astley. And posted a picture of him from backstage riding a bike. Yeah. And someone had commented saying, I think I might cry. It's actually you. I met you at a backstage event, hyperlinked. Yeah. When I was 12. Seriously big fan. Seen your concert 5 times. And then Rick Astley has replied with a clap. Yeah. Now, the hyperlink is the Rickroll, the video. Yeah. But he managed to...
It was pretty good. It was just the way in which it seemed so earnest. Like, I think I might cry. I met you backstage, and you're like, oh, this is going to be like a photo of them together. Yeah. Like, it was very well done. I do remember that.
Someone did comment say that this actually ended up in Time magazine. So again, not necessarily the word news, but a reputable.
I feel like it just needs to be that, like, we've heard of it, like everybody kind of heard of it. You know, like you get the vibe, even if it's not on national news necessarily. It's like everybody knows of this event. And I do remember that one. Somebody said the GME stuck. This one is good. I remember this one.
Can I just quickly point out? Yeah. There's a comment on this one, and it's a comment I hate on Reddit. Yeah. It's by For the Fords, where they go, this is the answer. What is everyone else doing? As if you're not just having a bit of fun in a thread. There are people like, I don't get. This is the answer. Yeah. What are you guys
Everybody
doing?
stop commenting. We've done it. We've figured it out. No, this one I like because I remember as well, and I think we might have even spoken about it. By Professional Road 358, they said, the anti-work moderator interview, laziness is a virtue. And then somebody's linked to the interview. So obviously this was on a news program anyway, where the guy... So anti-work was a really interesting and probably, I feel like at the time, important subreddit where it was really about workers being undermined, undervalued from bigger corporations like, Walmart and things like that. And it kind of led a bit of a movement, I think. But there were definitely some people who were just like, oh, no, let's just not work anymore. Let's create a society where we don't work.
We know one of those guys.
And
we know a guy that just doesn't like to work.
Yeah.
He's like, why don't I have to have a job?
Yeah. That's true. And don't get me wrong. I've spoken about the ideal universal income scenario, which would be great. But anyway, basically this guy was interviewed and was just like, nah, we just don't want to work ever. We're not going to do anything. I do dog walks occasionally and that's it. And it was just not it was like he just didn't realize what the anti-work sub, even though he was a moderator, was really talking about and what was important
didn't
about
his own movement.
Yeah. And it was just so totally tone deaf. Anyway, it was really funny and made it look like, oh yeah, this is just a bunch of young people who are just complaining about having to do any work.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I would say let's stop there because the next comment is the darkest thing I've ever read. I would say don't read it out loud.
No. Oh, no.
It's pretty bad, isn't it?
It's pretty bad. Guys, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but don't talk about your divorce on Reddit.
No, do not do it.
If you value your children's lives.
Okay.
Oh, have I done it? Oh, no. Oh, shit. Okay, anyway, let's move on, Camber, into Today I Advise.
So now it's time for Today I Learned.
Today I learned.
And also sometimes advice.
This advice was cross-posted to us by Gone Fish Caking, but it was
Who was it originally by, Nelson?
it's originally by Richard Fitzwell.
Oh, that's a great fake name. If you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
Richard Fitzwell?
Yeah. Oh, that is good. Yeah.
Sorry, to be clear, it's not Richard.
Yeah. It's Rick. Am I the arsehole for partially demoting my best man in order to make my 12-year-old son happy? So I've been best friends with this guy for close to 25 years. So naturally, he would be the obvious choice to be my best man. Mm-hmm. So when I got engaged a year ago, I didn't give him the choice. I flat out told him he was the best man, and my fiancé shared that belief. Mm-hmm. So then we start planning the wedding. 6 months ago, during the process of finalizing the wedding party, my mother threw out the idea of having my 12-year-old son from my first marriage as the best man. I relay this to my friend, and he says, well, it's not your mum's decision, it's yours. We don't speak anymore about it. My fiancé and I decide that we want my son to feel included, so we decided to let him be the co-best man. My son gets to stand right behind me, and he gets to give us the rings. My friend's only purpose is to give the toast at the reception and collaborate with the other groomsmen to plan the bachelor party, which my son is also coming to. I never informed my friend of the changes. He found out by looking at the wedding website. He then calls me up irritated and says I need to pick one best man, not...
I have opinions on it.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I feel like we know there's one way this goes, but I just thought it was funny. And that he was hurt that I didn't inform him. I respond with, well, this is my wedding, and if you make me choose, I'm going to pick my son. Obviously. He never told me to exclude my son. He just said he wants to be the one with the title of best man. But I'm giving the majority of the duties to my son, so he needs the title too. Basically, my son is the best man for the wedding, and my friend is the best man for the reception. My friend thinks that's weird, and that I promised him the title over a year ago, so he wants to be allowed to carry out the duties. I reply with, well, I don't want my kid to feel left out, so my kid is getting most of the duties. I told him I could just demote him to groomsman since he wants to be so butthurt about it. Am I the asshole for that, or is my friend being unreasonable?
I think, and I'm curious for your reading, that they're both assholes.
Ooh.
For this reason.
Yeah.
What he's proposing is not an asshole thing for his son to be involved.
Yeah.
It is an asshole thing for him not to tell his best man until the wedding thing goes out. All it would have been like, hey, man, I want my son to be up there with me, so I'm thinking he can do the rings and stuff, and then when we get to the reception.
Yeah.
But just to send it out and for him to find out the way that he did, that is a bit assholey.
That is
the intent is not assholey, but the execution is.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, the best man is being an asshole.
Yeah.
By being so petulant about it.
I just imagine they're both at the wedding and the now second best man, let's say, is like just greasing off this 12-year-old kid. Oh, look at him giving them the rings. That should have been me up there giving them the rings. I would have done it better.
Yeah, I would also say there's probably like other roles that the kid could have played that wasn't best man. Ring bearer, for example.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
At my wedding, we had obviously I don't have any children.
Yeah.
That I know
Because
of.
I said to you, you keep those fucking kids away from being best man at your wedding.
Oh, best man. It's funny. That's kind of what I wanted to bring up as well.
Oh, your wedding again. Jesus, Nelson. Get over
I'm always
it.
talking it. Is how sort of like uneventful the roles of best man and what's the alternative? What's
Maid of honor?
Maid of honor. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. I was like, maid of the house?
Master of the house.
But like, they didn't really do it. I feel like the biggest responsibility.
I don't even remember.
No, well, that was the kids.
Yeah. I didn't do nothing.
The biggest thing that you did was you did the Bucks party.
Yeah.
And the maid of honor did the bachelorette party.
Yeah. And I gave a speech.
And you gave a speech.
Which this guy's doing.
Yeah. To me, like, that is definitely the main part.
Yeah.
You standing up there with me was, like, honestly kind of irrelevant. And in fact...
Honestly, you maybe had this at my wedding as well. Yeah. About halfway through the ceremony, I was like, I don't need to be here.
Okay, can I tell you something funny that I haven't told you? And this was obviously a lack of communication on my part. Ellen and I, well before the wedding, were like, oh, are we going to have people stand up there with us? We like ummed and ahed about it for a while. And in the end, we were like, nah, I don't think we will. At no point did I communicate that with you. So at the wedding, you were like standing up there with it because like obviously Stacey was our celebrant person. And then we're like, oh, Ellen's coming in. And then you stayed behind me. And I was like, oh, like I didn't care either way. No. But I was just like, oh, now it's the thing. But then what was funny was then the maid of honor, Ellen had like two friends that kind of walked down and they went to sit down. And I was like, no, you're staying up now.
It's funny. That was like, I guess I kind of started to work it out. But then I'm like, at this point now,
it's too late.
It's too late.
And it doesn't.
It'd be like,
I'm
not interested in this, guys. I'm going to go.
Yeah. But anyway, my point is like, you don't, to each their own. But I feel like the wedding party thing is largely irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's nice to have people to say something, like give a speech that are close to you, but that's not often the entire wedding party. It's like, do they really need to be up there? And you're like, oh, but they're in the photos and stuff. I feel like you could still be like, I'm going to have some friends in matching outfits that we'll get photos with.
Yeah.
And they can be like, these are my closest friends that I want to be at the wedding. Still feel like they don't, traditional things that they're involved in don't need to be there really.
No. There's so much tradition with weddings that are absolute horseshit.
It's crazy. It's so weird.
Horseshit. We didn't have a ring bearer, so I think you did give us the rings at our wedding.
Because I was practicing my, where did the rings go? Gag.
Yeah.
I got too nervous, Camber, when the moment came up.
Do you remember what I pitched for that? My twist on it?
I can't remember.
Which is that you do the old, like, you pat down and go, oh, I don't have the rings. And then we go, oh, and then you go, no, I don't have the rings. And then we get everyone to look for it. And then we stop and then you're like, oh, I think I maybe left them in the hotel.
Yeah.
And then you drive back to the hotel as we all wait and then you come back and you go, no, I did have them. I'm just kidding. It's here.
Yeah. I mean, it only needs to get to the part where, like, I leave with my keys.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh.
And, like, I would say be gone for, like, 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Just enough to be like, all right, he's clearly gone now.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good. Can you have another wedding? I really want to lean into that now this time.
Because, like, no one believes no one believes that anymore.
Yeah.
I want to get him to believe it.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, they're both assholes, I guess. But I was going to say for the groom, I do think there is that idea where he's like, oh, this is like pretty menial, so I don't feel like I need to mention it.
Yes.
Necessarily.
That's true, I suppose.
No, actually, you would still say to one
That
point.
being said, you had a thought about me as the best man. You did not communicate it to me, so I now I guess I have an appreciation for how this guy probably works.
Yeah, that's true. That would have been so funny. Would you have got upset if I was like, oh no, Campo, sit down?
No.
Yeah, okay. No, that's fine. You don't need to communicate things. That's fine. All right. Let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought was by Desist. Social media companies in the future will be viewed like tobacco companies, knowingly pushing a harmful and addictive product for profit.
And not only that, but like stealing and storing all of our data.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that they're doing.
Yeah.
But
like, say what you want about the tobacco companies. They weren't taking our data.
Yeah.
They were killing us, sure. We
Yeah.
kind of knew that at the time.
I mean, they would have taken our data if they could have, but they couldn't have, so it's okay.
Also, when you say social media companies in the future will be viewed like tobacco companies, do you mean like the ones that are still going and thriving?
Yeah, they're doing real well.
Those ones, the ones that have now also just invested in vaping, so you can't escape them.
Yeah.
Those ones.
The $1 billion
Do you
companies.
think Philip Morris is hurting?
Yeah. It is funny. And I would argue that people feel that way about Facebook / more so Mark Zuckerberg, really. It's like where they don't like him. They think he's a bit of a slimy guy, but they're using Instagram every day.
Exactly. I do wonder if this person is Australian. Because in Australia, tobacco companies are more vilified. Packaging has the big warnings on it and stuff like that. Maybe they're Australian.
Yeah.
I
certain
think
countries, I think, in general,
have kind of started to adopt that. But yeah, like maybe they're from a country like ours where we really stamp down on tobacco here.
Although, should we bring up the problem that's been happening with that? It is hugely backfired in our face.
Yeah.
So what happened is the government decided to increase taxes like every year. They'd agreed many years ago they're going to slowly increase taxes on cigarettes significantly. So to the point now where I think a pack of 25 cigarettes is like $80
It's
now,
so
maybe?
expensive.
It's so expensive. And like I obviously used to be as a deterrent.
Like
right?
who would pay that?
Yeah. But now what's happened is there is illegal tobacco is thriving in Australia. Like to the point where there's like gang wars.
Yeah.
People are like throwing Molotov cocktails through the windows of tobacco.
It's like little vape tobacco stores keep getting firebombed.
Yeah.
Because they're on someone else's turf.
Yeah.
Selling illegal.
And they've been like,
tobacco.
have under the counter these packets. Because we also have packaging that shows like gross cancerous stuff that people get.
The packets are disgusting.
Yeah.
There's like eyeballs and gross lungs.
Yeah. Very purposefully to deter people from buying it. But the illegal versions, obviously, they don't have any of it. So it's like a double win for people who want to keep smoking. Yeah. It's like cheap cigarettes and it doesn't look gross. Yeah. I don't have to confront the cancer that I will inevitably get. So they're like, it's a huge issue. They're even thinking about, just theoretically, people have suggested to reduce the tax again, just so that it stamps out a bit of this.
So even in one of the countries that is the foremost in regulating tobacco companies, they're still going to win.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, even they're probably selling the stuff that gets illegally imported in here anyway.
Yeah. I am still of the belief, just getting back to the social media thing. I've said this as a Hail Mary sort of claim that I want to look back on and say, I was the one that said it, which is that kids will be turned off social media as a generational thing. Like, because they'll see all their parents and stuff on it, and it becomes like more lame. And obviously, social media will potentially just evolve to a point where it appeals to them more, whatever that happens to be.
Yeah.
But there is a part of me that thinks it will just become way less desirable. And sure, it's been programmed to specifically be addictive. But I just feel like kids might be that. I feel like a generation will grow up where they'll be like, hey, I hate all this online shit. Let's like catch up and go rollerblading.
Yeah.
But that's what the kids will say.
Let's chase this hoop with a stick.
Yeah. Let's have a disco party. Yeah. So that's my prediction. But if it doesn't come true, nobody like bring this up. Like when I'm 70 or something. Nobody bring up this episode and be like, didn't happen, Nelson, did it? Okay?
I'm old, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Who are you? Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on to podnapping.
Oh my God, I'm being podnapped.
Podnapping.
This is Podnapping, where we nap a pod. We take a topic of a conversation or a segment for another thing, and we do it ourselves.
It's my week this week, and I have been inventing something else.
Oh,
this is
that's
all
good.
me. No,
Interesting.
This is it's been submitted on our Discord.
Yes.
It's not all gooners in there. Occasionally, someone will actually help us.
It's
out.
mainly gooners.
This was from Ashley.
Yeah.
On our Discord. Asked whether we'd ever seen the show Card Sharks, which neither of us have. I don't think it even necessarily airs on Australian TV.
I don't think so.
But it's a game show. And so essentially they've set up a website that will simulate the game show Card Sharks.
Yep.
And not only that, but has programmed it to also explain the game to us. So
Yep.
all we really knew about Card Sharks is that it has to do with playing cards
Yep.
and is hosted by Joel McHale.
Yep.
I did watch a little bit of it online. It is so American it hurts.
Okay.
And I would say Joel McHale hosting a game show as
Yeah.
cheesy as this is the most Jeff Winger thing I can think of.
Okay.
Because I know he doesn't like it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, what is he like as a game
He's a
show
very
host?
cheesy game show host.
Yeah.
But I know he probably finishes and like,
Wish I
I'm
could go back to
better
the
than
filming
this.
community.
Remember when I used to be an actor?
Yeah.
Anyway, it says, welcome to Card Sharks, the show where fortunes are won, egos are crushed, and absolutely no one leaves here with their dignity intact. I'm your host, Joel McHale. Picture of him attached. Think of me as your dealer, your therapist, and your sarcastic uncle all rolled into one. Please either press the button below to continue. So player 1, player 2. I think just by the way we're sat, I'll be player 1. You can be player 2.
Okie dokie.
So, time to go over the rules. Don't worry, I'm here to make them sound way cooler than they actually are. Here's how it goes. Player 1, you're up first. You'll get a stats question, and your mission is to guess the answer. Then player 2, it's your turn, and you'll decide if the real answer is higher or lower. Whoever nails the question gets the first card flipped. Congratulations, you lucky human. Don't get too comfortable. Now you get to guess if the next card will be higher or lower. So you have a run of cards you need to flip.
So the whole game show is higher or lower?
Yes.
Just in either statistics or card number?
Yes. Guess right, and you keep flipping. Guess wrong. Try to cry on camera. First player to flip all 5 cards, they take the round, and maybe a little bit of bragging rights. I think we'll just do 1 round of this.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because, yes, there obviously are a lot of rounds. How many rounds? That's up to you. Traditionally, the first player to win 2 rounds will take home the glory. But I think that'll go for 2. Before we get into this, I just want to say, by the way, you can play this. Ashley has posted this to our Discord.
Yeah.
And I might even put it in the show notes as well. You can play this game. It might be ruined because I think the answers are in the same order every time.
I think they're saying in the order, but you could go to the past the point.
Yeah, we're only going to do round 1, so you can go to round 2 and have this work. Super cool. Super cool.
Yes.
Okay, 1,400.
Nobody has put this much effort into
No.
our show
And
ever.
I want everyone else to really think about that.
Oh, no, Zimbo did do several weeks of...
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll give him a pass.
So the first post, 1,400 Redditors were polled. How do you pronounce GIF?
Okay.
What percentage of Redditors answered GIF as opposed to GIF? So I need to answer. So I'm going to say How many said they say GIF? Like 20%.
Okay. No, I think now it's my turn.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, yeah.
Do I submit?
Do you submit? Oh, yeah. I think press the button.
Okay.
Player one's answer turn. Player
20%.
two, higher or lower. Okay.
Do you think less or more people than 20% said they say GIF? Bear in mind, I guess it is Reddit and they are contrarians by nature. I'd be like, I just say GIF all the time.
Yeah. I think 20% is... It's a good safe number, Cambo, but I'm going to guess lower.
Lower, okay.
Yeah.
So Nelson, we're going to lock in lower for Nelson and let's submit. Player one wins. 22%.
You were very close. You were very close, Cambo.
Okay, so that means I get to start the card run.
Okay.
Okay, so my first card is a 3.
Oh, boo.
I'm going to say the next card will be higher.
Screw B2,
Let's
B2,
go.
B2, B2, B2.
9. Now, 9 is annoying because that's right in the middle of a run of cards when you're counting Jack and King. And
Yeah. Is it how many?
Oh, I think it's
how many
technically 8.
cards in a... Yeah.
1 to 10 and then 4. 14.
So 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never thought about that before in my life. Isn't that weird? I feel like I use cards all the time. I've never wondered how much just a run of
7
one.
is the middle. 9 is just above it. So statistically lower is the more likely option. I will play it safe.
You just do, right? I guess. Yeah.
No.
Oh, wrong.
Incorrect. Okay.
The next card was a 2 of hearts. Okay.
Much lower. Wait, 2 of hearts should be. Didn't I say lower?
You said...
Unless, did I not select
lower.
it? Maybe I didn't select it properly.
Maybe not.
Okay.
I didn't see. All right, let's keep going.
Okay. On average, there are 6 unprovoked shark-related fatalities per year. How many sharks are killed by humans?
Oh, okay.
Now, I believe you answer this now. I think.
Oh, and it's said in the 100. Oh, can you click that little drop down? Oh, okay. So I can say like 100 or 1,000 or 1 million or 1 billion or 1 trillion. I don't think it's a trillion. Okay. Do I think it's in the hundreds or probably thousands? Oh God. Okay. I think I'll say thousands.
But I think you also need to put a number.
Yeah. I'll put a
How many
number
thousands?
too. I'm gonna say I don't know. Oh no, but it could be. Oh shit! I've just realized there is shark fin, like soup or like food that is eaten. Oh, so it could be way more. Well, it will still be in the thousands, I think. I will say like, it could be a lot. Let's say like 50,000.
50,000. Okay.
Is that insane?
Okay. You guys, I'm going to go higher. I think that like
Even higher.
off the coast of like Japan and stuff, I reckon there's probably a.
I reckon, yeah.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I might be wrong. Hope I am.
I don't know.
But I'm going to stick with higher. Player one wins. How many sharks are killed by
What?
humans? 100 million.
Per year? That seems insane. I mean, now it seems obvious that 50,000 is too low.
Well, it is a fair bit lower than 100 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's barely even 1 million.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I click through. So I have a 2 of hearts.
It was a 2.
It was a 2.
Okay, let's assume that you did I don't know. Anyway, yeah, okay.
Yeah. There's no burnt card, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the next card will be higher. Which will
This is BS. Is
lead
an
me-
ace lower in this? I don't know. I assume
good
it is.
question. This will lead me to 4 of the 5.
Okay.
4.
This is bullshit. Now you've got a 4.
But what if it's a 3?
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, but there's already 1 3 and 1 2 out. So actually your chances are even lower.
Shall I?
Or higher,
I
rather, to
will
get
say
it right.
higher.
Yeah.
Or do you want me to say lower so you have a sporting chance?
Say lower.
All right, lower. No.
Oh, you idiot. It was a 7. Oh, I gave it to you anyway. Well, let's just say if I get a full run, perfect, then
Okay, all right.
I win.
All right, I guess then we'll start the next round and see if we get a run.
Yep. Oh, yes, I see. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What percentage of Redditors say they are closer to their mother than their father? 100 probably, I reckon.
Is it still me? Okay,
Yeah.
Say they're... Ooh, is it higher or lower? I reckon... Ooh, that's tricky.
Redditors on maths seem like mama's boys.
yeah, mama's boys. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I think I would say mother, but I reckon only like, well, let's just say 60%.
60%, all right.
Yeah.
And I submit that. I will say lower because I want you to try and do the run.
Yeah.
Play 2 wins. Okay, great.
81%. Whoa, that's actually...
Yeah. I told you, they're all mama's boys.
All right, give me a card. I'm going to get this
Your
right.
first card is 7.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
That's
Are you
50-50.
kidding me?
That's
This
a
is
flip of the
bullshit.
coin.
You got a fucking 3 to start off with. Okay, let's go higher.
Okay, the next card will be higher. Let's click. No.
I hate this game, man.
Do we call it there? Do I
think
win?
it's rigged. I think we say that the program's broken.
Actually, I think the program's broken because Nelson was having a bad
Sorry,
night.
actually, but like clearly it doesn't work. I don't know. Yeah, good try though. Good try. Thanks for giving it to us.
No, legitimately super cool. Thank you so much for programming
that
this.
was good. Thank you for doing that. All right, Camber. Now it's time for the Ask Me Anything.
You got the questions. We have the answers. So ask us anything at all.
This is the Ask Me Anything, where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can write in and ask us anything you want.
This is going to sound familiar, but Ashley is written in.
Oh, actually.
Like not only the Podnapping, this is a separate email.
Email, yeah.
Said, hi Nelson, hi Camber. I thought about writing it before, but didn't have anything important to say. First of all, not required.
No, yeah. That is not a bar that you need to read. There is no bar. It's on the ground.
Other podcast email that we've received on this show.
Yeah. You can flop over the bar. That's how low it is.
However, I didn't realize that we got points. I'm a new listener, but catching up quickly because I DoorDash, so I listen to you guys at least a few hours every day. Yes, we did actually reveal a few episodes ago that we are ranking listeners and they have points.
Yeah.
That most listeners are in negative points.
Yeah.
You gain points when you do something that pleases us.
Yeah. But just to be clear, you're all on negative pretty much.
My God, a lot of you guys need to really pull up your
because when
socks.
you don't please us by like not writing in, then you lose a point.
Yeah.
So you're on negative whatever episode we're up to, less the times that you've written in.
That's an interesting bit of law.
Yeah.
We'll
just
give
so
you.
know.
We'll give you. No one.
That's bare minimum.
I would say no one gets penalized for the first episode because who knew?
Oh,
You wouldn't have known to write it.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
we will give you. That's a freebie. That's freebie for us. Freebie from us, I should say.
Episode 2 onwards, though.
Oh my God, the points deducting.
Really? Cousin Ron was doing well for a while.
What about people that only jumped on board episode 320 and haven't gone back?
Oh, that angers me more.
Oh, because they,
Yeah, because they didn't go to start. So it's like double per episode that they didn't listen to.
Yeah,
So,
people are in debt.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, I found you guys on Reddit looking for podcasts that read Reddit stories. And you guys have been my favorite ever since. There is one, by the way, called Smosh Reads Reddit Stories.
Yeah.
That absolutely smashes us now. When
Yeah.
you searched it, we used to come up.
Yeah, yeah.
And now we are so buried
Yeah.
because of this. And I'd say don't listen to it.
Yeah.
They're all millionaires. They got all their Smosh money.
Got all that money. Yeah.
And they're big on YouTube, so they don't need podcasts too.
Yeah. Take one. You can't have more. That should be a rule.
Yeah.
If you're like a celebrity
Yeah.
in any other way, no podcasts for you. Okay? I'm talking to you.
Conan O'Brien.
Looking
Looking at you, Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler. Actually, I just, for the first time, listened to her, what is it? Good Mates?
Good Hangs.
Good Hangs.
Good Mates with Amy Poehler.
Good Mates.
Hey, he's my good mate, Andy Sandberg.
Yeah.
G'day, Andy.
I listened to one with Audrey Plaza.
Oh, I listened to that too.
That was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Anyway.
Good to hear that she's doing okay.
Yes.
Thank you for the laugh suggestion and our parasocial friendship. You're very welcome. To my point, here's $2.
Apparently, we
point number one.
awarded points for giving money to us.
yes.
That I don't remember
Oh, yeah.
that, but that
Sorry.
sounds very on brand for us.
We are at episode 460 whatever.
Yeah.
If you, it's $1 per point off. So if you give us $460 odd, you'll
Yeah.
be back to neutral.
Yeah.
That will help. Or
Yeah.
pay ahead, give us $1,000.
But-
You're in the positive.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
You need to take into consideration interest. So, like,
And also, this is your American currency.
oh yeah, it's definitely USD for sure.
For sure.
But here's the thing, like, if you started listening to the podcast years ago,
Yeah.
and you're now only giving us the $400 odd, like we started earning interest from the first time we released from you listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
So like,
Just to be
you owe us
safe,
way more than the 400. is what I'm
just to be
saying.
safe, $1,000 USD should clear you.
maybe.
Maybe. It's a good,
We don't want to tell you the exact interest rate
Yeah.
because we want you to accidentally overshoot it.
Yeah. But like, that's a good starting point. Send us $1,000 USD.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, you'll be, first of all, you'll be well above most people.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
You know
for
what?
sure.
The first person, I'm going to make this declaration.
Okay.
The first person to send us $1,000 USD to one of our bank accounts.
Yeah.
Fuckhead podcast.
Ah, Liz has been looking for a way to win. I'm just saying,
Liz,
Nelson, gonna spend $1,000.
Would you agree to that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, great. Okay, cool.
$1,000 each.
Second one, thanks for the money, but you're not great at that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, your points will be up there.
Double it though. Well, then we'll talk. And point number 2, what is your Subway order? And point number 3, who is your favorite comedian? I don't eat Subway. I'm not super familiar with their current thing.
But you've had Subway in your life.
As a younger man, I would normally go the chicken like fillet.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm not consistent with what I put on it, to be honest with you. I don't have a standard order.
Okay.
Now I reckon I'd probably just go on meatball sub.
Meatball is good.
Yeah.
It's a classic. It's good.
And Italian herb and cheese, I think, is the bread.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I normally would go the like oat one. There's like a dark rye. I
Yep.
think I usually get, and it's got seeds and stuff on top. I like that. I always get all the salads, and it's definitely from a place of being like, well, you don't get charged per salad.
value
so
for money.
Get
Yeah.
all the salad. And I have, I honestly don't think, except one. Okay, I came up with my own little sort of breakfast Subway order. When I used to live above Subway,
Yeah.
I would, it was just like easy for me. Occasionally I'll go down and get a 6-inch, and I would just get avocado, red onion, and an egg inside. But sometimes I wouldn't even get the egg, and it would just be red onion and avocado
On the bread.
on the bread. And I tell you what, it sounds stupid, but I really enjoyed that.
Okay.
Something about just like the, I don't know, I really liked the onioniness of it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
your worst nightmare,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah. This is the thing about me that I feel like Stacey struggles with. My taste palette, I prefer things that are like just 2 to 3 ingredients.
Yeah.
Rather than like, I would never get a burger with a lot.
Yeah.
I would get a specific burger with a certain amount of ingredients.
Yeah.
So my subs are always like 4 things. So like what you just said to me, I was like, I get it. Like I understand.
Yeah.
So like when we're getting pizza, I'm always like, oh, just get me like a margarita pizza or maybe pepperoni.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, where it's like, I know that, I know that about myself is I like simple foods with simple combinations.
You're a party pie kind of man.
Less these days, Nelson.
Yeah.
I've graduated to full pies. I have
What is-
4 to 5 full pies on a plate.
What has Stacey done to you? Favorite comedian?
I don't know if I have one
It's
particular.
tricky
right now.
to pick one.
Yeah, I've always for a long time been a fan of James Acaster. I quite like his.
He's definitely
Kooky
up
style.
there for the newer age comedian, I would
Yes.
say. No, he's been around for a while now, hasn't he?
Yeah, 10-ish years of being fairly prominent in the English comedy scene. But lately, I've been getting into Dropout, which is formerly College Humor. Have their own subscription service, and they have a lot of comedians that appear on all the different game shows and panel shows.
Yeah.
And a lot of the comedians, like Zach Oyama or Vic Michaelis, I really like them at the moment. I'm watching a lot of their stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Mine is, I reckon I have like, I reckon I could narrow it to like top 3 sort of that I would say consistently have made me laugh when I've watched their stuff.
Yes.
James Acaster is up there. One I know you don't agree with is Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, it's not that I don't think Jerry Seinfeld is funny.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like kept up with. Maybe it's just me, like my thing.
Yeah.
But like he still does the same routines.
Yeah.
For the large part.
He still just does the classic observational comedy. Like if he came out today with like a show, I'm assuming one of his jokes will start with, "What's the deal with?"
Yes. Yeah.
Insert thing.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that because
quaint to me. Yeah.
Because for me, I find that almost more impressive. That he can come out with that sort of bizarre and predictable, like, what's the deal with this?
It's like comfort food.
And then he ends up, I feel like, delivering on that thing, and you're like, I don't know, it's weird that I expected this to be like kind of, or a bit like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
But then I'm still laughing by the end of his
In a way, Jerry Seinfeld makes me sad because I agree, like in his heyday in like the 90s when he had the sitcom stuff, he's like king of stand-up.
Yeah.
Like there's just no one better than Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And now when I watch him, I get sad because I'm like, oh, I think I'm too old.
Right, yeah.
Now. And it just reminds me of my mortality.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I don't think he's that as funny anymore.
Right.
And I think that means I have moved on.
You've gotten older.
But that's just the passing of time, and I can't stop that.
My other one is,
Yeah.
and I actually still want to talk about Jerry Seinfeld because my other one is Ricky Gervais. Probably, I think I could put him as number one definitively because he just always makes me laugh. I think he's a really funny guy. Just has like a great, because he does essentially the same thing as Jerry Seinfeld, right? Which is like that observational comedy of like, this is crazy, but he just does it in a more, I don't know, entertaining way.
Yeah.
But I was listening to Ricky Gervais and Jerry Seinfeld on the Sirius FM.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so it was like a while ago. And Jerry was talking about how when he started, there's him and like there was Steve Martin before him.
Yeah.
But he's like, stand-up comedians weren't a thing. He said, we opened for musical acts. It wasn't like people didn't really come to see a stand-up comedian. It was like, he said he said they were like jugglers.
Yeah.
They're just kind of this side act. And I thought that was really funny and interesting because from my perspective, being the age that I am, comedians just seem to have always been around, but actually it wasn't. Like it's more of a new agey kind of thing.
Yeah, the TV show The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which is about a stand-up comedian.
Right, yeah.
They go into that a lot. Like she gets booked in these clubs where it'd be like, oh, you got a comedian and then you got a musician. It would just be like a bill of all these different things. And comedian was just one of the things.
Yeah.
It's, like there was less. It's like in part of it, she goes on tour with a musician to his opening act and stuff. It is kind of interesting. I similar to Jerry, I grew up loving Ricky. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest influences on me, I would say me and Eden, for our comedy on Cancel Movie Report and our report is based on what we really like about the old Ricky Gervais radio shows and podcasts. And I think that Ricky, to me, is one of the funniest men on earth.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting that none of his collaborators still work with him.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he takes himself so seriously as like a truth teller comedian thing. I just, with him at the moment, there's a thing of like, oh, you can't tell me what to say and you can't cancel me and whatever.
Yeah.
And no one's really ever tried. And I find it weird that he wants to be like the crucified guy to be like, oh, guys, you can't cancel me. And everyone's like, that's fine. No one.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think he's saying that about himself, though.
Do you follow him on Twitter?
I think his point is...
His Twitter is insane.
I don't follow him on Twitter, but I've seen him on shows where he talks about that. But I thought that his point was like, there are people being cancelled that shouldn't be, and it's absurd that they are, and like, so you can try and cancel me for this joke and this joke, but it's not like he's saying. I don't think he's like trying to be cancelled. I think he's saying I don't know,
So
but he shouldn't.
I am actually part of the Ricky Gervais subreddit.
Yeah.
Which is a subreddit that does not like Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
By the way, which confuses a lot of people that come to it.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I like this thing. Everyone's like, you're an idiot. He's dumb.
Yeah.
But a lot of people repost his Twitter stuff. And the thing about him is he replies to everyone.
Yeah.
And gets in fights with people that are just trying to rile them up. And a lot of people will be like, oh, Ricky, you actually can't say this thing. I think they do it knowing he's going to be like, actually, I can because he's the...
Yeah.
And it's
but
just like,
don't
dude...
you reckon that he's doing that in jest?
No, I'm like,
See,
dude,
I
get
think he
offline.
does that in jest.
I think that he searches his name.
See, I think it's so funny that because I think he's doing that as like he's in on the
I legitimately think he's become the guy he used to make fun of.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's
Especially like listening to the radio show, he would make fun of people that are like kind of obsessed with their image a lot. And I do think that he has accidentally become that just through being so rich and not questioned for so long. That's my take on it, at least.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I've just read it wrong entirely. But the whole time I thought he is
he's joking.
on the joke of like
I'm
that
sure
kind
there's
of
a
being
kernel of that
concerned
to it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, go to the Ricky Gervais subreddit is very, very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I'll check it out.
Yeah. A lot of people being like, there's also almost a weekly thread being like, hey, this thing that Carl said is right.
Yeah.
Like here's the proof of it, by the way. They said he was an idiot. Here's the proof of it. I remember there was one where it's like, oh, couldn't you put on goggles and it changes your surrounding to a different surrounding? So if you wanted to be like in the ghetto, it would do that kind of stuff. And they laugh at him so much. And someone cross-posted from the Meta thing to be like, hey, there's a new attachment, by the way, where through these glasses, it will map your house and design it to be whatever environment you want. Everyone's like, hey, it's what Carl said.
Yeah.
Like, almost to the letter what Carl said, where they were like, that would never happen.
Right.
It's very funny to see how time has changed people's perspectives on stuff he said. To be like, he didn't word it right, but he was right.
Yeah. He knew that it was coming.
Yeah. Or that like this idea wasn't impossible.
I mean, like I've always defended Carl Pilkington in the way that he talks as well, because I'm like, he's not. But again, I still think.
Oh yeah,
that like
that
Steve
clearly,
and Ricky were in on the joke. I
agree with that. I agree that is like a bit that they do.
Yeah. Anyway, we spoke about him for a while.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Oh, but also there's another one from Ashley. It was a little follow-up, so I'm putting it in. Hi, it's me again. I forgot to ask, did you ever find out anything about that guy walking backwards? Ashley again. I didn't. I have not seen him since. I think he walked backwards down a manhole, and that's why I've never seen him. So
yeah, I mean that is a pretty deep cut.
Yeah.
You once you looked out your window and a guy was just walking backwards?
I was driving on my way to tennis, and I saw him do it twice, and I was like, "What the hell is with this guy?" Anyway, if I see him again, I won't. He's dead. He's down the manhole. And he died. But I'll ask him. All right. Thank you for writing in. Ashley, if you would like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, readitpodcast at gmail.com. You can also reach us at the subreddit or our Discord. The link is in the show notes.
You know what? If you want to get out of Discord, join the discussion. Is Ricky in on the joke or not?
Is
currently?
he in? I don't know.
I think he isn't. You think he is? Let's get a debate going in the Discord.
Maybe I should get Twitter back and just follow him.
Don't do it, Nelson. It's not good on
I don't want to. All right. Thanks for listening, and we will read you later.